event.
As we take a look at these numbers, I think the big number is 39.
24-year-old Jake Paul stepping into a boxing ring for his fourth professional fight in front of a sold-out crowd.
Been past 2 rounds, remember. Only that limit in terms of creating knockouts. So we'll see how he does against Woodley. Boxer, he can't, and this is a process.
And he has legitimate power in that right hand, and oh yeah, so does Tyron Woodley. As we go.
From Pennsylvania, Dana DePaulo. From Ohio, we go with the main event of the evening. 8 rounds of boxing, and the chosen one, Tyron Woodley. Jake Paul.
Welcome, boxers. I want yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Instructions previously. Touch him up, fight hard and clean.
To touch gloves, he would rather tattoo Woodley with.
For Jake Paul, his team told me all week, look out for the left. The left will be his undoing. That's the secret weapon.
Against the whole Paul can't counter him.
Paul talks a
Match one presumes.
Very good point.
And there's a double jab through the guard.
Hard. He's hoping he can use it in this fight. So far he has
16 straight rounds. We want to see some aggression out of him.
Good combination by Paul. Many Ariel questioned. The fire was gone. Maybe this will reignite it.
He has to be measured, but we want to see some aggression as well.
He's definitely measured here in the opening round. Going to the body. Woodley has gotten pointers from the likes of Floyd Money Mayweather.
Only 6 punches in the first round.
Meanwhile, Paul landed 6 punches. He is working because he takes this more seriously, he feels, than a lot of pro boxers. Again, Jake Paul, as he lands the right hand.
Activity in the first round. New venture for him.
His corner, Ben Askren, stopped in the first round by Jake Paul, and Paul and Woodley began landfills worth of trash, and now they are talking with their punches.
He's using jab from range and doing what, he needs to do to win these.
Woodley with the jab, Ariel, early.
And he's done with all those good fighters, including Jean Pascal and a number of others, would be the difference. Very good point.
A minute left here in the surveying the landscape, and gets hit with a right hand to the body, left hand upstairs.
A pro boxer, but you have to look at it and take it at face value because he can throw good combinations.
Left in the second. And the fans have followed.
Slow down. Hold that right there. Slow down. Very good. Check your boxing beautiful. Momentum. Do it. Do that shit. You got 6 more rounds left.
Bell in round 3 again scheduled for 8. Main event. Jake Paul going to the body, counter upstairs as Woodley looks to land the jab, and
place for that punch, and did get that right hand in very nicely. And there's Woodley jabbing a little bit.
And the Mamas, they got along. Mama said knock you out.
Yes, and especially Mama Woodley. I think the entire MMA community was ready to come to Cleveland a little bit more.
She should get a talk show. That's what I've read about.
She should get a podcast. There aren't many of those around.
No, a bit more aggressive, and he's going to have to throw. There he opened up with a hook, but he got countered.
Countered by Paul, and Paul going to the body with the jab.
The jab paved the way inside for Woodley, and he almost...
Jake, hopefully, regardless of what happens, he's getting...
Lead right uppercut in the right hand. It's about time 2 Canucks were on this
That's
front.
great.
And the question, and it is an interesting one that Ariel put in.
Woodley at the bell lands a right hand.
He's going to try an uppercut from way back, and it almost got there. Did get the left hand, and that's one thing you really don't want to do against it. It may or may not have landed for Woodley. Well, guess what? It was a pretty nice punch, and it was straight, and it was delivered
before, right? We're going to find out if he truly is a fighter. Fighting in the 4th round, what's going on?
Lands, and he's now emboldened to throw right hands, Woodley, but will he be
business after Woodley touched him at the end of the last round? often.
I think the big question, can Tyron Woodley generate offense?
Right hand to the body by Paul. Moving to hit into his power alley, the right hand. And there's an exchange on the inside.
Do anything offensively, but that may come.
I don't know how you feel, Al. I disagree with Jake's team. Longer this goes.
Sessions, but at this juncture, he's...
Paul gets rocked by Woodley, beginning to feel himself. There's the jab by Woodley. On it's Paul in his hometown, but as many people plan to win.
He still looks stunned.
Woodley walking Paul down, and then Paul with the right hand with this 8-rounder. So Paul facing his first taste of adversity.
Match. And it came courtesy of this left hook by Woodley. Who knew he had a left? Using the jab, how about that? As a feint, and then the right hand kind of gets in on the side of the head. And he followed up with a fatigue Jake Paul at that point. And that right hand bouncing off the side of the head.
5 underway.
I know one thing, that's probably the first round that Jake Paul has
In the 5th. Paul looking to bounce back. Jab lands.
Yeah.
There's a right uppercut by Woodley.
Oh, wow.
Paul's finally in a fight.
Yes, he is.
Woodley's confidence is look on his face. He's been here. Jake Paul has never been here before.
And this is where Paul, if he is.
There's a straight right hand that scores for Woodley. Hands
I've seen this look on Woodley's face in September of 2018 when he beat Darren Till in Dallas. The confidence is
round that active in terms of only throwing 12 punches, so he's going to need to be a little more active and land something.
Oh, and that left landed for Paul.
Bit cautious.
Wild, uncharted territory for Jake Paul. And Tyron Woodley. And as noted, trainer Stephen Breadman Edwards says a jab finds rhythms and breaks rhythms. What an atmosphere here in Cleveland.
You gotta hear me, man.
Well, Tyron Woodley had his moments in that last round as well. Throwing a nice uppercut on the inside. Using the straight right hand that gets home. And then here's where he and Jake Paul had a kind of a...
4-0 as a pro boxer, Tyron Woodley. Looking
punches in this fight, and that doesn't mean he couldn't still win by...
There's left hook curling behind the guard, the jab, another jab by Paul on Woodley.
He is a fighter.
Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, that's, I think, could be his undoing here, because while he's landed some good power punches,
again, the left hook upstairs by Paul. 1-2, and Woodley around.
well, he thought enough to feint there, and that had an effort.
Left hook, Woodley on the attack as we go to the 7th.
Second round, very good. We got it, okay? Stay relaxed, stay calm.
Defense. You're doing a great fucking job. Defense. 6 minutes left. I need everything you got, but smart. Everything, no hold back. You don't want to get back there and be like, damn, I got it.
You heard Gerald Tucker say, move your head to Tyron Woodley. That's often been a critique of MMA fighters. They don't move their
To
head.
Woodley, that he needs to land something big, and he's got to get in there and throw punches.
It's never been a punch he threw in MMA.
Paul's punches are certainly wider now. More Woodley could take advantage of that.
Woodley staying composed in the center of the ring. Granted, we'd love to see an uptick.
Well, this is one of the few rounds in which Woodley...
It is proving to be just that with 1:10 left in the 7th round. Just over 4.
Al has shown you anything that has surprised you from his last fight. You were there ringside. Anything new?
No, I mean, I think he's showing some resilience in being able to his technique becomes just a little bit...
Oh, there's a left hand that went through together. Sustained attack or combinations as, again, they clinch.
Okay, stop. Don't punch.
Woodley could steal this round. They are close.
There's a right hand by Paul.
Good moment. Landing that kind of short left hook to win him the round. Landing this overhand right, and that was a good overhand right by Paul. And you know he's got. And they did warn Paul. They said he's going to be needing a knockout, so you're going to have to be careful.
On backhand.
Not utilizing the jab, and they're both just throwing haymakers.
It is
Would it? Would it? No, maybe it would, given what we've seen this year.
Overhand right there. And Tyron Woodley right in front of him. Jab lands for Paul. Really, Edwards stays out of range, but Woodley needs to ratchet up his offense.
You know, he passed Tyron Woodley. Well, leading up to this, because Woodley has given him a very good effort, even if Paul is winning this fight, which he probably is.
Woodley's anxiety, his fear comes from underachieving and not doing his best, Ariel.
And guys, we may be looking at the final 40 seconds representing himself very well.
Yeah, and landed some good shots.
Just landed a right hand. That's for sure, as this fight will go to the judges.
And I think hopefully we can finally put an end to the debate if he's a fighter. I think he proved tonight, Jake Paul did, that this man is...
And with some counter punching and landing this left hand. Woodley landed a couple power punches, the left hook, the right hand. There was a point there, especially in round 4, where Woodley, and this wasn't called that could have had some difference in the scoring, but Woodley boxed, or Jake Paul boxed effectively, and remember that overhand.
Remember the bet they made. And there's a tattoo artist in attendance.
And still undefeated, the